like it was boring in some parts because somebody told you to do this or that you already knew before? Or is this maybe wrong to say that it was boring, but or it's a different challenge to do it on your own?
Yeah, well, I think that when we started to work with Desmond Child, it was kind of interesting to get to work with such a big name. Like he's so known and he has so many songs under his belt, but at the same time, I think that it somehow something was missing when like Lauri and Pauli go with Desmond somewhere and write songs and then like we get to hear something from an email or something like that. Like it didn't really. I feel like in this group it's more like we have to be together to do stuff.
So it feels better for you if you
somehow
work on your own. The new single, I'm a Mess. There is this line, if you're not human, sell your soul every night. What are you then? What is the mess based on? Where does the idea of I'm a Mess come from?
I'm a Mess, the first single, it's a very simple song. It's the message of the song is that nobody's perfect. And the song is about my life experience, things that happened to me, and it's kind of a positive song in a way. There's a lot of hope in the song. It's also a little funny.
What about Stranger, the opener? Who are you addressing to if you sing Stranger, take me home, I will love you only for tonight? It sounds like, for me, like you want to have a one-night stand somehow.
Yeah, Stranger, that will be the second single from the album, and that song is about breaking up with somebody, but soon the person realizes that he's kind of in a good position because he's free to go and the world is open, and on the same night they divorce, he starts to look for a goes fishing again. So it's kind of a groovy little sexy song in that way.
It's your night ends with a cradle of sinner where the losers are winners. Is it this line wishful thinking of a rock star, your hope of what society is like, or somehow in reality?
A song called It's Your Night is about how it feels to be growing up. You know, it's about the fear maybe of staying lonely, not finding the right person beside you, and you know, in that song it's kind of a sad and happy song at the same time. It's a strange mood in the song.
Song especially for me.
It's made for you, yes.
Save me once again, lost and weak, heart full of greed, wanted more than I need. Does that happen?
Save Me Once Again, a song, it's about a prodigal son who's gone out to the world and he's become kind of regretful, and now he comes back to his friends and yeah, well, in a way I feel this has happened to me on some level. Like we started off as a school band like at the age of 16, and we got quite famous right away, and of course I was young and, you know, happy to be a rock star all of a sudden, and I feel like I became kind of selfish, which is, I think, natural in that point. But I feel that I kind of wasn't treating my old friends good enough, and then after a couple of years I realized, you know, do I have any friends left, you know, and I went back to them and kind of apologized. But I also apologize in my songs sometimes. There's another song called Guilty, which is about the same topic.
So did you were lonely lonely somehow at some point of your career when you were a bitch to your friends? If I can say it like this.
Well, it's a strange feeling when you are like really famous and things are moving fast, and you know you're at the top. You feel like there's a lot of people around you, but at the same time you're kind of lonely, and you have to carry the pressure yourself. But that's why it was really good to have a band. You know, if I would be a solo artist, I wouldn't maybe be here anymore. You know, since we are very close friends, we're like brothers, so we could open our hearts if there was a bad day or something. You know, talk about it. And sort of like spread the pressure a little bit.
Was there a specific point where you recognized this, that you were not good to your friends? Or was it just a development within a couple of, I don't know, years?
Well, I think sometimes you make mistakes, you don't realize them at the moment, so they kind of come back to you later. And I believe like whatever you leave behind will come back to you in the end. You'll find it in front of you one day.
Someone's gonna let you up. I thought this is so musical-like. Could you imagine being on the red carpet in the shadows, the musical? I don't know, in 5 or 10 years. It's a kind of ABBA-esque, I think.
We were just talking about musicals today, and it's funny that you mentioned that Someone's Gonna Light You Up is a bit like a musical piece, because we were just thinking that how is it that usually you recognize a song that is made for a musical, that it's kind of storytelling or it's kind of theatrical. I think we didn't really, or maybe you had the idea about the riff, that it should be like the riff and then a lot of silence after that. And I think that was a brilliant idea, and the whole song kind of came around that center idea. And yeah, and we were also talking about making musicals, because one of my big dreams is to make a musical movie. But
yeah, and I'd like to write songs for a musical. I think it's such a weird genre, you know. It's so storytelling and so dramatic.
Yeah, but it works fine. I mean, ABBA, Mamma Mia, Queen, We Will Rock You, and all the other stuff. I mean, they're huge. And I mean, 20 years, in 2 years, you're gonna celebrate 20 years of the RASMUS band, long band history.
Wow, that's a good idea.
yeah, let's start right now.
Yeah, you'll be the producer, and
Oh yeah, okay.
not a bad idea.
Friends Don't Do That is for me the darkest song within the album. You Stepped My Back. That sounds pretty not nice.
Yeah, Friends Don't Do Like That. It's the rockiest song on the album, and it's a little bitter song about getting stabbed in the back by an old friend. And we have played the new songs once. We had a show in Helsinki, and we played that song, and I really felt the energy going through my body. Like, I can't wait to play that on tour. I think it has really strong riff, a very strong lyric, and everything. It's gonna be a great live song.
Just one word about the lyric of Friends Don't Do Like That is, I think that on some level the song is about forgiveness, or kind of learning to forgive also, and it also kind of, it tells the story that what happens to you when you cannot forgive someone, and like the thoughts are kind of just haunting you all the time if you don't learn to forgive. So I think it's kind of important for us to learn that.
It's maybe kind of reflection of your story with your friends, that you were not treating well, and that they forgive you, that you were, I don't know, not nice to them. But I don't know, have you been snobby, or what was it? Or did you just don't care about what they are doing or what they are about?
Well, this song, it's not about my personal experience. It's like something I witnessed.
Ah, okay. But it would fit somehow.
It would fit. Yeah.
Why is the end of the story not the last song on the album? At what point of the production you set up the tracklist?
Well, I think I made the track list for the album, and it was sort of created by accident. I think I just wrote down the song titles, kind of like what were the songs, and then I just had a look like I sent it to the guys, and that's fine.
So
You know.
easy is it? Your album Dead Letters was, as far as I know, the most successful one, number one in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Finland, and so on. In which way did this success change the band? Was it a crazy feeling during that time, being in so many countries, number one?
Well, I think that always when huge success comes towards you that is a crazy moment. Like you don't. I remember that when Shadows was entering the top 10 in Germany, like we were all really surprised, and I mean, it was something that we've been kind of hoping for a long time. And then when it happens and everybody's like suddenly interested in your band and in your music, and it just went a bit too far in a way. Like you don't understand at that point anymore what's happening. But of course it's great to have the experience of that once.
But honestly, I don't know if I was any happier to have the big success that I'm right now, because when you are super successful, you find yourself doing this all the time, not playing or creating new songs. Now that it's been a little more quiet years, we've had more time to write music and focus on the main thing, which is the music. And I even had a chance to do the solo record, which was my dream for a long time.